How's it going?
Tell us all about the new 2013.
We are very excited about this motorcycle. For 2013, we redesigned this motorcycle almost completely. From the suspension up to the graphics, the engine's been totally redesigned, the transmission's been totally redesigned, and we didn't just tweak the engine, we actually redid the whole thing. We've got more horsepower than last year, and if you think last year's R model was race ready right out of the box, you know, my 3 Rs, this is even better. We put a slipper clutch in this motorcycle, and what that allows the rider to do is to go into turns a little bit hotter. They can downshift a little bit quicker, and the back end won't give you that juddering motion that you normally get when you try to let out the clutch too soon.
I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you a difficult question about this bike. Some of the older models, one of the concerns I heard from people was in the summertime, you got this the under-seat exhaust going on. It was kind of hot. Is that an issue on this bike?
Well, not that I've ever actually heard that before, but oh wait, no, there is no muffler underneath there.
Whoa!
What we did for 2013 is we redesigned the muffling system to put it down here in the center. That lowers the center of gravity. It makes the bike work a lot better, turn a lot better, flip from one side to a lot easier. It lowered the center of gravity. We narrowed the chassis down a little bit so it gives you a little bit better feel in the turns. And we also set the driver down a little bit lower so that he feels more confident and engaged with the motorcycle.
Well, here's one thing I'd wonder. Is this going to potentially cause any issues with clearance in terms of the lean angle?
Nah, Triumph has over 300 design engineers at the factory in Hinckley to make sure that that kind of stuff doesn't happen.
And then another concern that I heard some riders, I mean, this bike is ultimately designed for twisties, racetrack. I mean, that's what it's designed for. It's not a touring bike, but people that want to get a bike like this and do long distance trips, I've heard, it's kind of aggressive in terms of seating position. I mean, is this a bike that you can do maybe 3 hours, 4 hours?
Well, it is an aggressive seating position, but that's the way it was designed. It was basically designed to be rode like a race bike. If you're not too off sitting like this for a long period of time, it wouldn't be so bad, but that's really not how this bike was designed. Ultimately, it's a track bike, heavy competition street bike.
And here's the thing, if someone likes this package, but it's a little bit too aggressive for them, I mean, there's 2 options, right? They can make adjustments to this, the handlebars, they can move the pedals if they need to get a more lesser aggressive position, or
we'd like to keep this bike the way it is. If you're looking for a bike that'll handle very similarly to that motorcycle, then what we've also redesigned the Street Triple for 2013. Now, this bike is kind of like if they decided to merge a Speed Triple, which is the 1050 naked bike, and the Daytona 675, and this is what they got when they did that. It's got the same similar dynamic 675 inline 3 motor that the Daytona has, but the ergonomics on this bike are set up much more better for what you're going to be doing on our longer trips.
Wow, I can see that right away. First thing I noticed coming over here is the seat. This is the seat.
Seat's a little more conventional as far as how it's designed. The handlebars are not clip-ons. They're brought further back for comfort. So if you have an issue with crouching for a long period of time, which like some of us people at my age do, this is a better bike for you for those types of purposes. But don't get me wrong, this bike will still handle almost as good as that.
Wow.
They're pulled back further.
Pulled back further, yeah. So you notice this is natural. I just reach forward. I don't have to lean as well. I'm in an upright position like I'm in a chair, and I can just reach my hands out, and I've got the controls. Now I'd want to lean just a little bit more to get a little more comfort to get the controls and all, but still, all in all, this is a very much more comfortable riding position.
Well, we also made a few of the same types of changes to the frame. We narrowed the frame, we made it a little bit lighter, and we actually brought the rider a little bit down closer to the ground to get them more engaged, more comfortable, more confident with the motorcycle. And the ergonomics on this bike definitely exceed that if you're going to be taking it on a longer trip. When you get up at higher speeds, you're going to be able to duck behind here. So if your handlebars are up here and you try to duck up underneath, it'd be kind of a goofy setup. So they make you reach down and they make you go underneath the hood so that you get out of the windstream. And the reason that you've got an aggressive angle with your foot peg is because it's high up off the ground. And if it was high up off the ground underneath you, you'd be sitting like this. So they put it back so you're not quite as kinked up.